What's up? Good morning, guys. So, do you guys know how politicians work? Do you know, like, how even athletes, movie stars, those type of famous people, what they must do to help maintain their level of being famous? You have to, majority of them, I mean, some don't, but majority of them, like, you won't get any of them coming in and talking about AMC, right? They're not going to do that because it's a very small population that's calling it out versus the population that isn't. They're not going to go against the grain. And that's what I'm trying to say when it's such a small piece. So even though we know how big AMC is, they'll never say anything. They won't take that risk. And that's what I'm talking about, that you've got to please your people. You got to say the right things, provide the right things. I call it blowing smoke up asses, afraid to speak any kind of real truth, because if you do, then you'll lose followers, you'll lose people, and it's very hard. Satisfying society is next to impossible to a point. You do the best you can. And I've watched since the very beginning of this, I have literally watched everyone come up. Even Unusual Wells was a nobody, literally started up right when GME did what it did. Now look at it. But Unusual Wells will not go against the grain. It's grown himself into a business because, again, everything's controlled by money. And what I'm leading to is the same thing applies that I've always said about YouTubers. Yes, I monetized 15 videos ago. There's a video I created that shows how I became one of them, monetizing what it does. And now the effects are there. I battle with, well, if I just create a video, even if it just makes $3, hell, that's $3 I didn't have. That's like picking up $3 on the side of the street, right? And if I figure out a way, this doesn't sit right with me. Like, this is bugging the crap out of me. I ain't gonna lie. It's eating me up inside thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I am not in this movement for this. I'm not in this movement for ultimately popularity. I'm in this movement because I believe I believe more in how bad the stock market is. I believe more in how bad it needs to change and the crap that's happening than I do in AMC itself. You understand? That's how deep it is for me. I think AMC is a piece of it, just like GME is a piece of it that caught on. But the actual problem is huge, guys. It's freaking huge inside there. We got a government entity that had literally went on record. The boss went on record stating they can't do anything about it. Very limited resources. They'll get tied up in court. Too big to pay. I said that in the other video. So we've got these corporations, these entities running wild. And I love it. We buy the stock, we hold it. I get that. That mission never changed. And it hasn't. It won't change for me because I got to complete that mission. That's why I hold my 4,600 shares. And I will continue to hold up. And I'm not afraid to continue to tell you how many I got, because I feel like most people out there are lying. To a point, they'll be lying at you. But here's my thing. After 30 days of talking about what I see we need to do, which is raising awareness, and then just watching people turn against it because everybody got triggered thinking it's a protest, watching guys like this Daniel guy and CSI and just some of these different people, these influencers, I gotta say, frankly, I'm embarrassed to be a part of this. Because if we're going to give up our number one right, the thing that our forefathers made sure we had, because that's how they created our country. You guys might want to go back and look at the Boston Tea Party. If we are that scared now, if we are that afraid because of January 6th and riots and things that have happened, that we can't even utilize our First Amendment right against a stock, not even a stock, that's what pisses me off, against what we've learned in the stock market. But we're using the stock, AMC, as the excuse. And it's sad. I listening to that Daniel's video just blew my mind, because how many people out there, I saw all the comments and I saw little hearts on things, and it's like, really, people? Like, are we that brainwashed that we are so scared about a stock and the money we can make off of stock that we're going to give up our freedom? And then for 2 years now, I've seen the attacks and the childish nature and the embarrassing things that have been said on Twitter. And it's just, it's run my life. I've been so deep into it because I believe so heavily in this movement, but I'm fearful that ultimately most people don't believe in the actual movement. They're just holding on and believing in the squeeze or believing in AMC. And that's the big separation. And guys, look, I was texting or tweeting another, DMing another fellow YouTuber, and I was like, look, man, I don't think I can keep doing this, dude. Like, first off, I don't feel right being monetized. I don't. I've always against it. How many of these guys are running around with their gear? You know, I don't know. I saw it real quick in that CSI video where he's wearing that hat. Like, are they selling their shit? I mean, they're getting people to sign up for Discords. Like, this is deeper and worse than I thought it was. It's embarrassing, dude. Like, how do you do that and be a part of a movement? Because here's the thing, I said it earlier, just like with politicians and actors, they got to please you, which means these guys are going to say whatever they got to say to keep you coming back, looking and seeing their views. I mean, I can just see it in their headlines now. The more and more I look, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are purposely creating headlines to draw people in. Like, update on AMC squeeze. What the fuck? There's an update? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, go look. It's just, I don't want to be known as that. That's my problem. I don't want to go down in the legacy of this, in the history books, that I was just another tuber. Because I'm not. I'm much bigger than that. I want to be a bigger voice than that. That's why I keep volunteering to do anything I can, get into interviews, get the word out there. I want to be known as the guy that fought the system, that pushed back against what's happening. I don't want to be the guy that suckered you into buying the Marine t-shirt. Those guys, I'm telling you, it's great entertainment and you like it and you run to it and they think they're providing you something, but really they're just pacifying you. That's all they're doing, and they're getting paid to do it, and they're going to do every aspect they can. The money in the screen's going to control them. That's why I said I'd burn this down, because even me, I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, hell, if I can make a video and make $3, $6, $7, do that a few times a day, extra $50 here and there, ain't gonna be bad. I mean, the $486 I finally got paid from YouTube, that was nice to get on this last week in this check. That was money I could use. I feel guilty. It's like blood money, man. It just doesn't register with me, man. If you really believe in this movement, that ain't what it's about. And I think that's where the big difference is. These guys are just pacifying you. They don't really believe in the movement itself. They saw a chance and an opportunity, so they got their channels running rampant, just like TV. And that's why they won't say things. They're going to say the popular things. They're going to say that they believe this is what's popular, because you're going to see what they're going to be remembered as. We're just right in the middle of it. But watch as this, when it does come to an end. I think about the suffering. I think about all the suffering that's happening out there and how many people are going to pay the price. And that's what's bugging the crap out of me. That's why I keep wanting to raise awareness, because we got millions beyond millions of brothers and sisters, moms and dads, cousins and aunts, uncles, grandmas and grandpas out there that are going to be hurting. They already are. I'm hurting financially because this economy's falling apart because of this fucking stock market and these Democrats and fucking Joe Biden. But you guys, and then I'll be honest, I'm so done with it. Either I am that bad. I keep saying either I'm that bad and very few people watch what I have to say anyway. On here, on Getter, on TikTok. It's like for a moment there, it was a lot of people, and then all of a sudden I got cut off. So I don't know. It's either that I just suck that bad, or maybe the FBI or somebody does have me on lock and they don't want me to push my message. And that's one of the reasons I kept fighting. Well, if I'm being held back that much, but maybe I got to look at the one common denominator. Maybe I'm just not politically correct enough. Politically correct in the ape way to satisfy and pamper and wipe asses. Maybe if I really wanted to do this right, I know what it'd take to do it right. I could grift the shit out of it. I'm a fucking professional salesperson. If I really wanted to, I could turn the tides real fast, but that does not sit well with my integrity as a Marine. It's gross. It's disgusting, and it's upsetting me, and I just can't do it. So I'm just being honest. I believe in AMC, no doubt. I also believe more in how bad the fucking market's screwed up, because it goes way deep. And that's why I wanted to fight it even heavier, because I believe the AMCs, we got them, it's like a hook in the big fish. We ain't losing that hook. They swallowed it. You ever catch a catfish and they swallow a hook? They ain't going unless they break the line. And that's what I meant. The only way this line gets broke is if we lose our population of our people. And that's what I'm fighting for. But anyway, I don't know, guys. It's just my personal feelings, man. I didn't come here for any of that other kind of stuff. I didn't stay here for any of that other kind of stuff. But God dang it, I would love to see this market change. I would love to see all this stuff change for the better, because I got a lot of kids. I want them to grow up in something better. I want other people to have better opportunity. And damn it, in 20 years, when I'm fat and retired, the last thing I want to do is be worried about my damn investments because the market's dropped because of the bullshit they keep pulling. And I know in this world, the only thing that gets things done is massive people make the government do it. That's it. They work slow as hell. They ain't gonna do nothing for us. Anyway, I'm just disgusted. I'm sorry.